Oh, I got it.
Yo, welcome to the No Limit Podcast, also known as the Getting to the Bottom Cast. And we're going to start tonight's episode off getting to the fucking bottom of something. What is Corona Premiere? A conversation just started off camera, going to be continued on camera.
Now this is on camera. Do we got to pay them for this?
Corona Premiere?
Yeah, we have to be fucked.
Nah, fake sponsors all day. Yeah. Dan, Monster.
Yo, get yourself Corona Premiere, yo.
They're the lightest of light beers.
How many? 2.6 grams of carbs. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
You're on that diet. Summer's coming. You got to eat something to drink. You're on the beach with a Corona, but you get Corona Premiere.
They need to partner with Gillette because they sound like the best a man could get.
I feel like we're rhyming now. I feel like the rhymes are coming in.
Yeah, I had no rhyme for the intro, but I got rhymes right now.
Well, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm well.
And how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Welcome.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Yeah, welcome to the studio. It's called, what is it called?
Grim Tattoo.
Grim Tattoo.
Right.
So this is our guest, Craig, our first tattoo artist.
He is also Grim Tattoo.
Yeah, Grim Tattoo.
Yeah, I guess.
This is your shop?
This is it, yeah.
Sick.
So
Nice.
I've been tatted by you a couple times here, audience. Take a look at it.
For sure.
I've never asked you, but I'm pretty certain you are the owner.
Yeah,
right?
well.
Grim Tattoo, you're
right.
Grim Guardian.
Yeah.
Tattoo
Which I should
14
change that name. I think it's pretty corny, but
Why?
I don't know. Just like, it's not my name, and then I have to go by it when I go to conventions and shit. So that
You can't just go by Grim?
Yeah, I don't want to, though.
That's what he is going by.
I thought it was Grim Guardian.
I just want to be Craig again.
I just want to be Craig, man.
Yeah, just let me live, man.
It's funny you say that because I think the same thing, and even him too, because as far as the podcast, I'm No Limit Eddie. He's Any Bull. And we always make that joke. Like, sometimes you don't want to be your persona. You just want to be Eddie again.
Yeah,
Regular old Eddie.
I changed my name on Instagram because we market most things through Instagram, and
same.
I changed it to Danny Gunn, and he was like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?"
Wait, it used to be Craig Gardyan, and then I changed it to Grim Guardian, and then someone took Craig Gardyan, and then they messaged me and was like, "Hey, I have your name if you ever want it back," and I was like, "What the?" Like, he wanted me to pay for it to get my own name back.
Oh, do you have like mad followers? That might be why.
Yeah, a couple, but.
Well, now you have a ton of followers. Was that a completely? Oh no, it was the same account.
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
changed the name. Okay.
It used to be Craig Gardyan. Now it's Grim.
But now I'm saying, like, because he has that many followers, the guy might be like, "Oh, he probably sees this as a business. If he wants that name back, he's got to pay for it."
He's gonna make me pay.
That's crazy.
$18.
$18.
I don't know how much it was gonna be.
At least $34.99.
A couple installments of $5 a month or whatever.
So
fuck him. I'd pay him off in payments.
You didn't start tattooing here at Grim Tattoo, though, right? Where did you start at?
I started in Wildwood, New Jersey.
The birthplace of a lot of great things.
Boy.
Under the boardwalk.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Well, so I started tattooing at my girlfriend at the time, at her mom's house. We actually stole her credit card to order the stuff because this was a long time ago, you know.
So you're tattooing at the mom's house in Wildwood?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were
on the kitchen table, right on the kitchen table.
Nice.
Like, she would go out and party, the mom, on the weekends, and she'd be like, "All right, I'm going out. No tattooing," and I'd be like, "Okay, let's go." And then as soon as she left, I'd call people over and I'd be like, "Tattooing." Dude, one time she actually came in because she used to stay out till like 3 a.m. She came in, it was like 1 a.m. My friend was on the table, laid out, no shirt on. I'm like tattooing his stomach. There's a huge party going on. People are like pouring shots in our mouths, and she walks in, and we were just like, she like looked at me, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And she just ran upstairs, all pissed off. She's like, "Brielle!" That was my girlfriend's name, and she's like, "Everyone has to leave." I was like, "Oh man." She hated me.
Did the guy get his tattoo finished?
No, it was just like half of an outline.
Half done.
Yeah, it was actually pretty crazy because I had long hair at the time and I was tattooing. I knew nothing about tattooing. And the connection in the machine, my hair got like stuck in it and the machine just stopped running. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was in the middle of the tattoo. It was like raining out. We had a party going. And I was like, I can't finish the tattoo. So then someone there is like, "Oh, I know a dude who has tattoo machines in town." And I was like, all right. And we like drove over to his house.
Was your hair still stuck in the thing?
Yeah, and all I had to do was clean it out, but I didn't know that. So I had to go buy a new machine from this like crackhead in Wildwood.
Now, how long did it take? How long did it take the mother to realize you used her credit card to get the first equipment?
Oh, so I think we didn't tell her, and then like a week later, the whole kit was like or I think it was like $80 or something, and we just like gave it to her, and we were like, hey, you know, we used your credit card, sorry, here's money back. And she was like, what the fuck? She hated
That's a
me.
nice thing to do, honestly, give her the money back.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to rip her off, but
did you ever have a shop in Wildwood?
no, I actually worked outside of Wildwood. It was Rebel Image. It was in Rio Grande. It was crazy. Like, summers were insane.
Are you from Wildwood?
No, I moved down there after high school. I grew up in Northeast Philly, and then moved to Bensalem, and then as soon as I graduated, I moved down there.
Because we only talked about this briefly before, but you're also a surfer, right?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
are you heavy into that life in Wildwood? Is there a surf community in Wildwood?
Do people even surf in Wildwood?
I mean, people do, but
Really?
they're terrible people. But there's no. I mean, everyone is always like, oh, there's waves, you know, because you come down in the summer and we don't really get waves in the summer, but in the wintertime we do, and the hurricane season, and we get nor'easters. So I mean, we get waves. It's just no one ever sees them.
Yeah.
It actually gets pretty intense, but
So, if you want to surf, where do you have to go?
well, it depends. Like, we usually go to like Atlantic City or LBI or Avalon.
Oh, so you
Like,
can still surf in
Ocean
Jersey,
City.
just not Wildwood.
Why would I mean, you can surf there. It's always smaller. I don't know why, but it just like doesn't get the swell. Like, it's a bad swell.
The
direction.
waves aren't the same.
Yeah, no.
And you said definitely it's better to go in the wintertime than
Well,
warm weather.
yeah, just when there's waves. We don't get them often, but when we do,
We go.
yeah, we do. It's
They're
actually
just getting
gets
like
really good.
fucked up by a wave. Like,
Dude,
just,
I broke my ankle surfing.
Really?
Yeah, I got a plate and screws, man. I got a big ass scar. Look at that.
Oh
that
shit!
monster.
Yeah.
That happened during Corona.
Really? So that's
yeah,
like recent.
2 months into Corona.
Wow.
It sucked.
Yeah, it definitely did.
I broke it in Cape May.
Damn, everybody was
During
living life during that first fucking 3 months of Corona.
Yeah, man. I mean, then it really went to shit.
Yeah, but I was like playing tennis every day and shit. Like, I was doing
Yeah,
shit I
get
never did in my
physical.
life. Yeah,
Get
I was
physical.
out
Yeah,
there.
what was the tattoo business like during the very
Yeah.
beginning of Corona?
Well, we had to close down, you know.
yeah.
Back to
But,
tattooing on mom's kitchen table.
Yeah, so basically it got kind of like illegal again. We had to like put a curtain over the door and tell
Well, you
people
got
to
these
walk
doors
down
here
the
like
street.
wrapped, like tinted.
Yeah,
Can't see
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, and
You
then
had to tell people to
then we
walk to the
put-
street?
Huh?
You had to tell people to walk down the street?
We told them to park down the street
Oh.
and then come in. But you know, like, how are you gonna tell us to close and Home
Yeah.
Depot can be open?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
for real.
There's
But, yeah.
300 people in Home Depot at any given time. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
Yeah.
So, how many years between tattooing on kitchen table was there before you started at the shop in Rio Grande?
Yeah, so I started in the summer. I think the first tattoo I did was in like June, and then by September I got an apprenticeship down there. So I only tattooed like a couple people that I knew. I would only tattoo friends, but it's actually pretty funny. Like, I didn't even know how to set up a tattoo machine because I didn't even have any tattoos. And I was working at a marina renting boats and wave runners, and the mechanic who worked there, he had like a sleeve. So I went up to him, I was like, yo, I bought a tattoo machine. And he was like, oh, that's not a good idea. And I was like, well, whatever, I'm just gonna try it. And I was like, but I don't know how to set it up. And he's like, all right, bring your stuff here and I'll show you how to set it up. So I took a backpack full of all my tattoo equipment, and he set up my tattoo machine for me. And he was like, that's how you do it. So I rode my bike back to my ex-girlfriend's house with the machine in my hand, set up, and
just showing pictures of
and then people, like the dude that I was tattooing, came over, and I just used that tattoo setup just like that. So I basically learned how to tattoo from a boat mechanic.
So, why did you want to get into being a tattoo artist?
Oh
Just
man,
like
because
drawing?
no, I was going to college, and college really wasn't for me. I was going for fine arts, and I was like, man, this sucks. So it was either I was gonna end up working at the marina and like working on boats and stuff like that, or else my friend got tattooed, and he was like, dude, you should do it. You draw, why not? So I was like,
Yeah.
I'll give it a try. And then all my friends were like, you can practice on me. So
Well, one thing you mentioned that I feel like is a good tangent to go down is your apprenticeship. So talk about Tattoo Apprenticeship a little bit, because you have an apprentice right now who you like to fuck around with. I've seen it firsthand. And I feel like my knowledge of Tattoo Apprenticeship that I say is like, you guys just, like, the higher-ups, just treat them like shit. Because it's like a rite of passage type thing.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Right. For sure. I got lucky personally. The guy who taught me, Mike Siderio, he's awesome. And he's like the nicest human that I've ever met. Yeah. Like, I didn't get any.
No hazing.
I never got any of the hazing. No. He was actually like so nice. But I think, I don't know. It's weird. Like, so we have Turtle, who's our apprentice, and
great apprentice name.
Yeah,
great apprentice.
He actually gave it to himself. He was
really?
Like, people call me Turtle. So he was like,
one day he'll want to be, what's his real name?
Ethan.
And one day he'll want to be Ethan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, seriously. But he's had, his life has been so easy. Like, he's never had a job.
That's insanity to me. Never had a job.
And he worked at a Christian summer camp. Like, he was a what do they call it? The people who help out older people.
Chaperone. Oh, who help out older people? Just like, I guess I don't know, like AIDS.
It's called something.
Home health aid.
What it is. No.
Fuck it, they're a home health aid now.
Yeah. Well, he was one of them, and dude, he told us that there were kids sending each other nudes, and they were like 19 to 17 years old, and he told on them.
He told on them?
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna be like 12, like terrible shit.
No,
like,
and
they're like,
I was like, dude, they're just trying to,
they're legal,
and they're at summer camp, you know?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
he's a rat too.
Exactly.
Oh,
no job, rat.
Oh, so
no job, rat.
He was taking care of younger kids, not older people. I thought you said he was taking care of older people.
No, it was,
he was the older
camp.
person. Oh,
yeah,
they're called counselors.
Counselor.
So he's ratting on counselors who are sending news to each other.
Yeah, dude.
I thought you were gonna originally.
Whoa, junior counselors.
Yeah,
your voice is coming out there a little bit.
So I just feel like he needs to get, and he was like an only child, and his parents, they give him everything.
Coddled him a little bit.
A little too much.
Yeah, I think no job.
And you 4 guys in this 3 guys, 1 lady in this tattoo shop are out to change that.
Yeah, he's got long hair, right? It's like long, crazy hair, and we just
I saw this on Instagram.
Yeah, we shaved the strip of in his hair. He's got the Peter Gabriel, we call it.
No, so he's got long hair with just a straight line.
Well, it stops right here, so it's real funny. It's like, and then I shaved it with a razor. I got all the way in.
Is that still up on your page?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to screen record that, play it on there.
Yeah, you got to put that on there.
Yeah, that's hilarious, and that'll just encapsulate for the people exactly what we're talking about.
I gotta see this. Wow.
Yeah, you gotta watch.
But you got it off easy. You got lucky with a better teacher.
Yeah, I got off real easy, and then he hooked me up with this guy Tony Olivas, who he's like older. He's in his 50s or whatever, and he was really well known in the tattoo world, and then he was always going to tattoo conventions, and I was like a young dude, so I wanted to do it so bad, so I started traveling with this guy Tony. And I traveled with him for like a straight year, just going from convention to convention.
Really?
Yeah. And
all over the country?
Yeah, all over the country.
That's dope.
Like, we even forgot what cities we were in because we would just be bouncing around. It was actually pretty wild.
Is that a common life for tattoo artists to bounce around conventions, or was that just something you did?
No, a lot of people do. I feel like if a tattoo artist wants to really showcase their work and push themselves, the convention it's the way to go. Like, just to travel and do conventions. They're a little different than they used to be, but.
So I've actually never been to a tattoo convention. Is this just tattoo artists out with their equipment and like a flash book?
Yeah, I mean,
or do people just come like, yo, I want Peter Griffin, with the mask on. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people can get that done for sure. But nowadays, it's like you get good artists from all over the place, and then they come to this one spot where there's a lot of, it's supposed to be good artists, and then you could book, say they come to Philly, and you are following this tattoo artist that's from California, and you're like, oh shit, he's coming to Philly, I'm gonna book an appointment with him. So you could either do that, you can like book appointments at the conventions, or you could just do walk-ups.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I've never been to one, but I mean, obviously the Philadelphia one's pretty big, and it's always here.
That one sucks, but it's
really
it's just
why does it suck?
It's just the dude who runs it is ruining tattoo conventions.
Damn.
For what reason specifically?
Beef.
He's just real into Ink Master people and stuff like that.
I gotta stop tasting about Ink Master then.
Ink Master, yeah. I mean,
it's a fucking good show though. Like,
my mom loves Ink
it's
Master.
like
never
It's
watched
like kind of what we got into earlier. Like,
Is this the one
like
Dave Navarro
devoted
does?
devoted tattoo artists, people who live the real tattoo life like you do, probably not huge fans of Ink Master.
It's trash. But I mean, it is.
Did you ever see the video of Dave Navarro hung by the skin of his back to enter the season finale of?
No, but
Bro, it's the douchiest video ever. He's like, "Welcome to Ink Master," and then they flip him around, and he's like on hooks that are like in his skin. And it's just like him like this. I'm like, why?
It's kind of crazy.
What is this?
That sucks. He sucks. But I heard he's got a hammer on him.
I heard that too.
Yeah,
I did hear that.
I know a girl who has slept with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a first-handed fucking account.
Yeah, hammer.
Is there that?
He's a
is
rock
there,
star.
Is there that
You know,
community?
yeah.
Like, is there like girls that are like very into like fucking tattoo artists? Is there
Yeah.
like that whole thing
Of
going
course.
on?
There's always fucking brodies, or
Yeah.
what do they call the groupies?
And
Brodies,
girls love
groupies,
tattoos.
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
They do. They love
and they'll do anything
Yep.
for them.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, we came
Exactly.
across a community like that. We went to
Podcast fans.
Aid.
Damn, you guys are killing it.
Nah.
Any bull is the Pog Queen. You know what a Pog is?
The what?
A Pog.
No, what is POG? I don't know any of these terms.
Really?
I didn't even know what LMFAO meant until like 2 years ago. Which
Well, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It was like done being used like 6 years ago.
yeah, dude.
I
it
mean,
took me a long
that
time.
one's a simple one. Laughing my fucking ass off.
Yeah,
but you know
I
that
didn't-
now.
I
But
didn't
Pog
know.
is fat ass white girl.
Or
like
pretty
Pat-
ass white girl.
Okay.
Like it's an acronym. Right? Is that the
right,
right word
right.
for it? PAWJ?
There's a lot of those though that I don't know. You know.
Yeah. But fat PH.
And he is the Pog Queen. Like I'm telling you, we could go out there and we could follow 100 girls who would be considered Pog. By having any bull face plastered on our page, 80 of them are following back.
What's up, lady?
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Nah, I suck.
But yeah, we came across that community. Remember that time we went to the AEW event? And speaking of AEW, there's a tattoo artist here who tattooed Malachi Black, AEW wrestler, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
Wait, so yeah, you're into wrestling, right?
Yeah, I love wrestling.
Yeah.
That's why
So
I noticed right away when I saw him in the shop. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
And Ix, the other tattoo artist?
Yeah, Ick. We
One of
got
them.
Ick Abrams. We got Jeff
sits to the
Saunders,
left.
and we got Shannon. I don't know how to say her last name, but we all call her Stampy.
Stampy. Shout out all
Yeah,
three.
but yeah, Ick tattooed that wrestler. What's his name?
Malachi Black.
Yeah, and he was a cool dude.
Yeah.
Usually we get like people in here and they're like well known and then they suck, but he was awesome.
He was cool. Yeah. Yeah, so what I was getting to about that is just that there was definitely a community because we hit the bar after the show and
Yeah.
we saw a bunch of girls there that were so blatantly open about like, yep, we just follow all the wrestling shows and try to meet the wrestlers after and fuck them.
Oh
Like,
damn! I mean,
that
I
was
don't
their
know
whole
if it's
deal.
like that with tattooing, but maybe. I know it used to.
There's not
because I
girls
got
like going to the tattoo
caught up
convention.
stories, you know?
Oh, really?
There's not girls hitting the tattoo convention with no intentions of getting a tattoo, just intentions of getting dick.
I'm sure there are. I mean,
Sure there are.
yeah. There's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, there has been. I don't know about nowadays. I honestly just did the Detroit convention, and that's the first one I've done in like probably 3 years because of Corona.
And that was this past weekend?
Yeah, last weekend or 2 weeks ago.
And how'd that go? You got any crazy stories or was it pretty?
It was pretty mellow. Honestly, it was pretty mellow, that one. I feel like they've gotten more mellow over the years.
Or have you gotten more mellow over the years?
Yeah, that one. I actually stayed up till like 5 in the morning, which I never do. I'm usually like a 10 o'clock guy,
Yeah.
But we weren't even doing anything. It was just like a bunch of dudes in a hotel room, and I was like, this is pathetic. But when I first started,
And realized that at 5 a.m.
yeah, I was like, well, I got to go to bed. What are we doing? Like, fucking terrible. But the first convention I ever did, so I started tattooing in September. Like I was an apprentice in September, and in November I went to my first convention. I was like 20 years old, and it was one of the craziest experiences. It changed my life forever.
Really?
So it was in Richmond, Virginia, and you know, the
I never
convention.
been to Richmond's like a poppin' city, right? Like it's like a.
For Virginia, it definitely is.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like popping,
Yeah,
but
okay.
maybe I don't know.
I've never been there. I don't know.
It's not popping by United States standards, but by Virginia standards.
Yeah, it's killing it. Yeah,
It's killing it.
but so they do the convention. The convention's very normal during the day, but then at night they have the 8th floor party, and you know, it was my first time, and everyone's talking about, oh, tonight we're going to the 8th floor. I was like, what is it? And they're like, oh, you know, you'll just see when you get there. Well, so we walk in, and it's like the whole 8th floor. They just like use it. Whoever runs the convention rents out the whole 8th floor of the hotel, and then they have like this one suite. And in
So
the
it's like
suite-
rooms.
Yeah, but then they have like the one huge suite, and in the suite, you walk in, and it is just like all the you have to have a wristband that you're an artist. It's just all tattoo artists, and they have a bar, and it's free alcohol, and then they have strippers. They're basically prostitutes. They're fucking each other with double-sided dildos. Like, dude, when I walked in, my life changed. Like, I was like, I'm a different person after seeing what I saw. Like, one guy pulled a gun out on another guy. I like grew up that night. I was like, I'm a man.
You were 20?
Yeah, I was like, I'm a
Dude,
I'm
you
a
saw,
man.
not only did you see a gun get pulled on somebody, you saw 2 chicks with a double-sided dildo.
Yeah, and the craziest
That
thing
is
is
hardcore.
The two strippers. It was a mom and a daughter. They didn't do the dildo together, I swear. But they were watching each other do it, and it was a mom and a daughter. What? And the guy who runs the convention is like an old man. He's dead now, but
R.I.P.
yeah, never forget.
Never forget. Jeez.
He would just laid in a bed. They had like the doors were shut. It was like 2 double doors, and I remember I like looked in, and he's just this old man, and he was just like fucking all the strippers. He was just passing, like they would fuck him, and then they
Ripping
leave him.
Viagras.
Dude, yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Blue chews all
crushing
day.
Viagras and Coke together and just busting it out all night. Yeah, he was killing it.
Wow.
The guy was crazy.
How old was he, you think?
Oh man, he had to be like at least 60, at least 65. I mean, he wasn't like
wait.
super old, but
Well, that's the tail end of your life. I mean, that's
yeah, I'll tell you what, he
That's
had a
pretty
good
cool.
couple years, you know.
he had a
before
good night that
died.
night.
He had
Yeah,
a
he was
couple
killing it.
hours that night for real.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe I didn't know tattoo artists got down like that.
Oh man, yeah, it was crazy. And then I remember when I came home and I told all my friends about it. I was like, "You guys have to come next year." And dude, they all did. All
Really?
my friends came. We had like 4 carloads of friends coming down there.
And how'd
It
they
was
get
so-
in? Were they all artists?
No, we like got them wristbands.
Was it just
and
as
stuff.
crazy?
Oh yeah. It
Could you
actually got
imagine,
crazy.
like, you,
Oh,
like,
yeah,
gassing
And you
the
were
story
ready
up?
this time.
But,
So
Yeah,
but he was like
dude.
gassing the story up for a year, like, bro, I'm telling you, he's got to come. And then they get there and it actually is just as crazy as you
Yeah,
said.
yeah. They were like, "What the fuck?" It was insane. It was insane shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Fucking
and that's the
Richmond,
most,
Virginia.
is that like to this day, the most nuts anything's ever got with conventions for you?
I think that was just like you know, because it was the first thing. I mean, I've never gone to another convention where there were girls fucking each other with dildos. You know, they had a tarp down, oils. You know, it was crazy, slipping and sliding all
Hey, I
around.
came prepared.
Yeah, it was.
They had a tarp down.
Yeah. They knew what was gonna happen.
Well, the hotel,
Well, they've been there before.
Yeah.
the hotel, they
been there
want everything
before.
getting all like
Sure.
soaking wet and shit.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking
But I
crime
mean,
scene.
like crazy stuff has happened, but I feel like that was kind of hard to top. Other things have happened, but one time I was at a convention and the fire alarm, like they were having a hotel party and the fire alarm went off and the sprinklers went off and everything. Like, so we had the tattoo convention going on. There was also like something going on with Asian people.
Like a celebration?
I don't know.
Wow.
But so one of the Asian guys tried to cook food on like the coffee maker and it caught fire. And there was a for real fire. So the whole
Definitely was
party,
trying to make ramen.
yeah, probably.
What an Asian thing to do.
Yeah, typical, you know.
On the fucking coffee
Cancel.
machine. Slap him with it.
So we had to move like the whole party to a Waffle House, which was right next door to the hotel. And that was crazy because
Waffle House is welcome that shit. though.
Yeah, oh, they loved it.
Oh, yeah.
But we were there till like 6 in the morning. It was wild.
I've been to a Waffle House before. You like their food?
I'll tell you what,
I've never
best
had it.
chocolate chip waffle I've ever had in my life.
Waffle House.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
honestly, for the time that you eat it, you're not going to get anything better.
Yeah,
You usually
I
always
mean,
eat it like midnight later or something.
and I
like
don't
that.
eat shitty, but if you're gonna eat at a Waffle House, you better go all out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're going all in. You don't eat shitty. You got like a strict diet.
Not strict, but I just like don't. I don't know. I feel shitty if I eat shitty
Yeah,
food.
so do I.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fucked up if you don't. Like if you eat McDonald's and you're cool.
I actually
more power to you.
stopped eating McDonald's when I was like 16 or 17, and then
I'd say about the same for me.
yeah, and then Ick and his girlfriend, they just had McDonald's in the back room, and his girlfriend didn't eat like all of her burger, and I was like, can I try it? And dude, they're so soft. Like you don't even have to use your teeth to chew them.
Yeah.
You can literally mush that thing with your tongue and
Yeah.
and get that thing down.
It's just not right.
It's
It was
pi-
gross.
It's just pink slime.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's weird, man. It's
Yeah,
weird.
ain't it really like pink slime? Like ain't it made with some just like some fake custard shit?
On a deeper no limit tip about McDonald's, I felt some type of way that I feel like they recently changed their colors to the colors of pure depression. Like dark brown, dark
Gray,
gray,
silver.
Like a sliver of yellow is still left on McDonald's. It's literally brown and gray now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like they're building. Yeah, I guess you're right.
There literally is a slither of yellow.
Yeah, are you a connoisseur of any cartoons?
No, I
You
know
know-
nothing. I suck at TV. I know a lot
So
about
so do
movies.
I. Like I'm the
Yeah.
worst with TV.
That whole concept reminds me of Fairly Odd Parents when they had that episode with the gray blobs, and everything's kind of like gray now.
I vaguely remember what you're talking about. Like
I'm
very
starting.
vaguely.
I'm starting to get really into the Brother Sean voice right now. Maybe I only had like 40 minutes of voice left.
We're at 6. You're not doing too bad. You're hung in there.
We're like
Hung.
halfway. One thing I definitely want to talk about though is some of this scenery we got back here because this is definitely the most popping place that we've recorded a podcast
yeah, for
so
sure.
far. No one
Sorry,
podcast
DCX.
is known to move out of the studio for an episode every now and then, and I'm definitely loving this location. So
Yeah, you guys can film here whenever you want. You know,
Sure. Let's go.
This could be your new home turf.
Home
Wow,
turf.
that would be fire.
That would be
That would
fire.
honestly
What
be fire.
podcast out there is getting like a tattoo shop?
No, actually, the other day though, last time I was here to get tattooed, the conversation that you guys were having in here was just cracking me up, and I was just thinking this would fucking kill on a podcast. Like if you guys had,
dude,
Set a room
honestly,
mic up in
it
the
would
middle.
everybody
kill it.
tells us that if we just put a microphone in the middle of the room while we were tattooing,
if you had a
it would
show,
probably
you should just do a
pretty good.
show. You should just do a show and call it Ink Master, and just not even
Yeah.
acknowledge the other one. Just
Stink
put it up on
Ma-
YouTube.
Ink Masters.
We'll call it Stink Master.
Steak Master.
Steak Masters. I like that.
And then it cuts to like a green room interview with Turtle. Like, yeah, these guys keep fucking with
Yeah.
me.
I hate my life.
With the fucking haircut.
Yeah.
Stink Master. I love it. That's the name of this podcast.
I fuck with
Yeah.
Turtle though for being able to take that from you guys. I guess can't think of the word for it.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of has to take it. I feel like he needs it. He's never had like camaraderie or anything either. He doesn't. Turtle, I'm sorry if
He's
you're
just
listening to this. He doesn't like have any friends or anything.
He's
I
just wet
feel
behind.
bad
The,
for
he's
the
wet
poor
behind
guy.
the ears.
Turtle, you're my boy, bro. I'll
I
tell you that right now.
kind of, every once in a while, I like want to give him a hug and just tell him everything's gonna be all right.
Wet
but,
ear youngin.
But I also don't want to do that because he's just a little piece of shit.
We gotta have Turtle on the podcast. He's infamous.
Yeah,
He's an infamous
honestly,
character.
I wish that he was here just so you could get a good glimpse of him. But
Oh yeah,
he's a
100%.
dishwasher now, you know.
You got him a job. That's very
Got him
nice.
a
of you.
job at
You're
the
doing a
Rover.
whole lot for him as his. What is the name of the person above the apprentice?
I don't.
Master.
Yeah, Ink Master.
That's what Ink Master
Ink
said.
Master,
Yeah.
Do
No,
what
I
your
don't
Ink
know.
Master
He's-
tells you to do.
He's just the apprentice. I don't know what you would call it.
So what's up with this art back here? Is there any rhyme or reason to it, or is it just stuff you've collected over the years?
No, I mean the artwork. We're just trying to fill the walls with whatever we can, but we want it to at least be good. But we have a lot of like taxidermy, which actually is funny because we bought a few things in the beginning, like a deer head. I think one of the deer heads.
I like the Buddy Holly glasses on that boar.
Yeah, but actually, I was just talking about them earlier. Someone dropped them outside, and we just
Really?
thought they would look good on the boar. But honestly, people bring us stuff. Like someone brought the boar in. Someone brought us a coyote.
That's cool.
But yeah.
Oh, there's some really good art hanging up in here, though.
Yeah, there is.
That one I touched on last time. What is that one up there again with the... It looks like the old man holding the young kid's hand who's bleeding.
It's funny that you brought it because the girl that I was tattooing brought that up too. It's an old
I've been
painting
drawn
from
to it too.
Huh?
I've been drawn to it too.
No, it's a famous painting. We talked about it last time.
It's like from the 1600s. I forget, but I think that's a cropped part.
That is a cropped part of a bigger painting.
Yeah. But
I think that's why I was drawn to it, because I recognized it.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome.
So cool, yeah.
That's crazy that was painted so long ago.
Oh, so my knowledge before was I thought that like you designed this section, Ick designed that section.
Well, that's supposed to be
Stamp
what
designed
we.
this
Well,
section.
I assume that they probably started off that
Jeff
way.
over
Like
here.
she came with her shit, and he came with his shit. You know what I mean?
Like I mean, me and Ick is basically like my brother. We hang out all the time. So we got on. He used to be over there, and then I was over here, and then I moved, and then he moved, and we were like, let's just make our side look as cool as we can. So I mean, it's just a mix.
So you
of
collabed
shit.
on this.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time. I mean, we could spend more time. We got, it's not. He actually hates Ozzy Osbourne. That's kind of why I put it up, but
Because he's not fucking with him.
he says
You can't
that
take it down now.
He says that he looks like someone's aunt or grandma.
He does.
Which he does, yeah.
It looks like who's Golden Girls, the old like mean one.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
I want to say Betty White, but I know it's
Nah,
wrong.
it's like B. Arthur. I think it's B. Arthur.
It could be. Why you
Guys
got the
got-
Golden Girls
got it.
knowledge?
I love the Golden Girls.
Yeah, good for you, man.
Love it.
That's fucking insane, dude. How you know
Calm
the
ass
Golden
TV
Girls?
to sleep to. You hear that
Yeah, I
fucking?
guess-
You hear that? What's that? The harp. Like between scenes, it's like the sound of a harp in like their house, like in like a nice Miami like fucking filter.
I feel like a lot of old TVs like that where it's good to fall asleep.
And there's just old ladies
Yeah.
like,
because it's like monotone.
yeah, it's very low, it's quiet.
Yeah, nowadays,
The fucking
man,
laughter.
nowadays with these shows, they're like really long movies, I can't
What
stand
happened?
it.
What happened to sitcoms?
Yeah, they died.
They died.
Yeah.
What's the last great one?
Well, would is Always Sunny, is that a sitcom?
I don't think it's a sitcom. I think it's just like a live action comedic like show, like scripted show. Like sitcom like that, like the laugh track in the background.
Yeah.
Like a Seinfeld type deal.
Like Everybody Loves Raymond. Was that the last great sitcom?
Probably. There's
King
been
of
some good ones.
Queens. King of Queens. Like Everybody Loves Raymond, King of Queens, that 70s show. Like they were all around that same time.
For some reason, when I was younger, I used to like the show Yes Dear on TBS.
Never heard of that.
Never
heard of
No,
it?
it might be Rules of Engagement. Might be like the one with David Spade. That was like quietly on for like 10 years.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we never had cable, and we never watched TV. I suck, I really do suck with, and everybody always talks about like, oh, did you watch this series? I'm like, dude, I
Have you
seen
watched any
anything.
series? Like, have you watched it?
So when I broke my ankle,
Yeah.
I was like laid up for 3 months. So I watched The Wire
Yeah.
and Breaking Bad.
I've seen Breaking Bad.
I tried to watch that Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Dude,
I
fuck
couldn't
that
get.
show.
I watched the last episode and that
I
was
could
it.
not get through. I put the first episode on, and that whole like medieval times vibe has never been my thing. And that show was like the exact definition of not my thing.
Yeah,
because of what it is.
Well, honestly, when the brother and sister were fucking, I was real into that. No, I'm just kidding. And that actually deterred me. I was like, I think I'm done with this. Like, I don't want to watch some kid get thrown out of a
off the
window.
bat. They're going with this shit like out of the gate. They're going with brother
Dude,
and
it was the
sister
first.
fucking.
I think it's the
Yeah.
first episode.
Kids
They
are
just
getting
start
killed.
fucking. Yeah, it was like. I mean, I'm into weird stuff,
Right.
But I just don't really want to. And everybody's
just-
like, "You got to get through the first season." I'm like, if you
tell
got to
you-
get through a first
Exactly.
season, then it sucks.
They say this
Exactly.
about
I
every
can't
show.
fucking
You just got to
stand
get through
that
the
shit.
first season. You know the first season's 13 hours of my life?
Yeah.
Find me 13 hours to waste on something I'm not enjoying.
Yeah, and then watch
And I'll get
Breaking
right there.
Bad. And Breaking Bad is the first season is insanely
The
good.
first episode is amazing.
It's so good,
It starts off hot.
Yeah, I think I compare most things to Breaking Bad because it was good.
Breaking Bad
I
may
agree.
be the best show I've ever seen.
Me too.
It might be.
Yeah,
I've only seen like 4 shows, but I think Breaking Bad is the best one.
I
Watch
haven't
Sopranos?
seen much. It's hard to compare it.
Did
to
you watch
it.
Sopranos?
No.
I've watched like 3 seasons of it. Like
like-
even that is like an amazing, fucking great, all-time hailed show, and I can get through 3 seasons. I can give you 3 seasons.
I like Entourage.
I watched a lot of Entourage.
Never
That's so.
seen that.
It's
Never
so easy
seen
to
it.
watch though. It's half-hour episodes. You don't gotta pay attention that hard.
That is a real easy one.
You know how every episode's gonna wrap up.
Yeah, pretty much. But with you, Craig, I feel like from what I know about you now, and even like stuff I've seen you post on social media, you're much more into real life activities than any type of internet or virtual digital world.
Isn't that way cooler though?
You do a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
You're out there surfing.
I suck at social media. I suck at being on a phone. Like I said, I didn't even know what LMFAO meant.
Yeah.
I think
You
that's
sent me
you're
your,
way
you sent me
better
your
off.
number in the Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
I've texted you like a million times.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, well, so I never save anybody's number. I have 100. I think I have 140 unread text messages. Right now.
Really? And you have an
100
iPhone.
I have 138.
And you have an iPhone, and you still suck at having a phone.
Yeah.
And how many of those are bookings? Because you
Oh my
you
God,
say
so
all the
many.
time, like the people hitting you up and they're just
Dude.
messaging,
Oh, it's the
messaging,
worst.
never stop.
That's what they're all unread because first of all, I don't know how they get my phone number, which is crazy. And then like I'll give it to certain people, but and then
So what are
they're
they just like hitting you up like, can I get a dragon? And then with the dragon, can I get like flate? Like are they just like hitting you up like just like? Can I
it
get
won't
this
even
and that?
be shit that I want to do. It's like or that is cool. It's like I want a fucking wristwatch or like a clock. I'm like, I can't do that. I don't know. I suck at that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess they just use like a good tattoo artist. I'm like, well, I want a clock. I mean, this guy has good art.
Yeah, that's probably what
Yeah.
it is. Plus, I'm probably just being a snob, which.
But you kind of,
As an artist, you can pick what you want to do.
to bring it all the way back full circle, you've been doing this 15 years. You kind of earn the right to be picky at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true.
And I'm just looking at Ed's arm, like that's none of that shit's a clock.
Yeah.
Like not even close.
Yo, you know what I wanted to ask you real quick, and maybe it would have been better for off camera, but while we're here, I actually did it to the wolf. I scratched my arm, and now like this line right here,
How
this
old is
gray
that?
line, this wolf,
No, the line, the scratch.
the scratch, a few months at this point.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's
because
still-
it cut
damn.
deep. It cut deep. I hit a corner of like a dresser, and then I also did this one, but it didn't really mess up anything. But I wanted to ask you about that. Like, you think that's gonna be there? If it's been there for months, that's gonna stay?
Probably. Yeah, probably have to go back over it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a little
tattoos.
awkward.
That's weird. I mean, I know like if I do someone's elbow, my friend he fell after I did his elbow like years after, and he had like a big scab, and when it came out, all the ink was gone.
Really?
Yeah.
I think the elbow just wears anyway.
Yeah, the elbows are tough.
Yeah, elbow just and it sucks. It's a pain in the fucking
Dude,
ass to get tattooed.
sucks, yeah.
But
Then
yeah.
it swells up. You get that swell.
Yeah.
My most painful moment so far was definitely in here.
Yeah, I meant to ask how it healed. It looks like it healed pretty good
Yeah,
though.
it healed good. I wanted to say about this one
looks really good,
specifically,
too.
if you can look at it, the mouth, like the amount of color that you got in that little space is crazy.
Incredible.
Like the different pinks, reds, and like the black, even going back to the pink in the center.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm pretty good at what I do. You know.
Master. Steak
Yeah.
master.
Yeah, I really try hard.
Yeah.
No, I don't actually at all.
Oh, those are really fucking good tattoos.
So what year did you make the move over to Grim Tattoo, or was there any in between point from?
Yeah,
From
yeah.
your apprenticeship
so
before
I
here?
started when I worked at Rebel Image in Jersey. I was there for like 4 or 5 years, and then I was in Delaware for about a year in the middle of nowhere. It was actually called Middletown, and I wasn't busy down there at all because really no one lives there. So then I was kind of struggling because I was living in Philly and driving down to Delaware every day, which was like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
I actually been having a beef with my friends. Does Delaware suck?
I only think Delaware sucks because Wayne's World, they say, oh, we're in Delaware. You know, like they make it sound real boring.
'Cause it
So I
sucks.
go with that.
All right.
But yeah, I think Delaware kind of sucks.
I think it does
You heard-
too.
you
That's a
heard it?
consensus. 3-0.
Consensus.
Yeah.
Round it off. Delaware
Yeah,
fucking
Delaware
stinks.
sucks.
If you're listening and you're from Delaware, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you. We don't like Delaware. No, I don't know much about Delaware, but... and then, yeah, so I worked there for about a year, and then I got a job at Deep Six, which was like Paul Acker's tattoo shop. He's a pretty well-known guy. And I worked there, and then we all left Deep Six, and then I worked a Raw Power for a little bit, which is in Feasterville. And then Paul Acker opened up his own shop in Bensalem called Seance. And I was there for a couple months, and then I was like, I'm just going to open my own place. And then that's this. I've been here for 5 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's been a wild ride, I guess.
And we brushed on it earlier, but are you like full ownership? You have a partnership?
No, it's just me. I mean, it's pretty easy going just because we all do appointments. We don't really do walk-ins or anything like that. So it's everybody just comes in, does their tattoo. We don't have hours. We don't even have like a tattoo sign outside. It's pretty hush-hush, really.
Now, we just talked about the emails a little bit. Was I one of the only people to ever walk through the door to schedule their first appointment?
No, but I wish more people did that. I wish people would just come in, talk to me, tell me what they want, and I book them an appointment. I hate emails. I hate all that shit. It sucks. I actually have somebody who does my booking for me, and I don't talk to her much. And so it's like we're not really like on the same page, but we are. She does a great job, but it's like, I just wish I could talk to people in person.
Yeah.
That's how my whole life. I hate the phones. I'd rather just talk in person and be with someone, and we could figure shit out together. So if anybody ever wants to make an appointment, just come the fuck in.
And I will
Grim
say
tattoo.
from experience that it's definitely much easier.
It's so much
like
easier.
you said, you have 140 text messages on read right now.
Yeah.
So especially for the customer too, me just being able to walk through the door and have a conversation with you, maybe you can't get me in for a few months, but at least I know that we had that face-to-face interaction, and in a few months, I'll be back.
Yeah, and I feel like when you do all that and you send a deposit, like you do an email and then you send a deposit and you never met the person, what if you don't like me? You know, I'm not the most likable guy. I feel like if you come in here and you're like, I'm not feeling this guy, or if I'm not feeling them, we could be like, this isn't working out. Or it's not going to work out. Where, I don't know, I just feel like I don't understand why email became such a popular thing in anything.
I don't fucking email anyone.
Yeah, good for you, man.
I mean, yeah, fuck it. But I text to people a lot.
Yeah, but that's fine.
But I don't email anybody.
Well, so that's why I stopped emailing, and then I got
Email
another
is for
phone.
when your girl blocks you on everything else.
I know. Shout out
That's
my friend.
true.
You know who you are. Emailing. He sends a lot of emails.
Yeah, you got to email if all else fails, then you email.
Dude, emails only get people in trouble. Have you ever heard about Hillary Clinton's text messages or Donald Trump's? You only hear about emails. Emails are fucking dirty.
It's
They get
true,
everyone
yeah.
fucking.
It's true. That's a hot take.
Yo, seriously, stay off the emails. Cut them
Stay
out.
off of it.
Google's
Just
gonna have
eliminate
me
them.
fucking whacked.
Google's going to have your head
Fucking stop talking about Gmail.
fucking propped up outside the offices. No, somebody just, it might have been Google, but one of those big companies, maybe Google or Amazon, recently announced a huge closure of one of their facilities. And the reason cited was like a bunch of violence in the neighborhood, like uprising of violence.
Really?
So that's kind of nuts.
They did what?
Google or Amazon, one of those companies, they closed a facility where like 3,000 people worked, and the reason they say they closed it is because the neighborhood that the building was in was experiencing like a high spike in violent crime.
Well,
Really? I'm glad they care.
yeah, thank you, Jeff.
The employees
Bezos.
got to piss in bottles next to the fucking equipment, but
Uh huh.
hey,
They probably have
No
suicide
violent
nets on
crime.
the windows, but hey.
I actually worked before I tattooed. I worked at a warehouse for Utz potato chips because my father works for Utz potato chips, and I
and
worked,
how old were you when you were doing that?
I was working at the marina. I was it was right the year I was 18 because it was the year before I started tattooing. I worked at the warehouse and I worked at the marina, and the warehouse that I worked at didn't have a bathroom, so I used to have to go to Wendy's every day to shit. And dude, it was like so far away, and the one day I had to go so bad, so I went. We had a little patch of woods next to it, and it was in like a storage unit area. And we had these two maintenance guys, and they would drive around on a golf cart every day. And dude, they pulled up while I was mid shit, and they were like looking because they saw me fumbling around because I was like trying to pull my pants up and stuff. And they're like, "What's going on over there?" I was like, "No, nothing." And they were like, "Are you shitting?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm shitting." And they were like, "Dude, you can't shit here." I was like, "We don't have a bathroom." So, yeah.
I like how you went from nothing to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another
100%.
time, I was in Iowa at a tattoo convention. I always forget until something pops up. But
Sure.
we were at a convention in Iowa, and it was like -6 degrees out. And we were at a bar, and I had to go to the bathroom so bad. My stomach hurt terribly. And I went into the bathroom, and there was like throw up and piss all over. I was like, I can't shit in here. I need perfect conditions, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
So you can't go any
no.
grime.
No. So I go outside. I was like, I'll just shit back behind the parking lot. There was a little patch of woods. And
You're just finding these patches
dude,
of woods, dude.
I gotta find a tree.
You're
So
a nature guy.
Bear
You're out
Grylls
there.
out there. It's like,
So I go and I find a good spot, and dude, while I'm shitting, the bar let out. It was like closing time, and everybody gets into their cars and starts turning their cars on, and all the lights are shining on me in the woods, and I'm just like getting shined on. So I had to take my sock off and wipe my ass with it because I don't wear underwear, and yeah, I don't wear underwear.
that story
And,
just
dude,
progressively
Wait a
got
second. This is
better.
the No Limit podcast, and you have left the fact that every day of your life you don't wear underwear
Nah,
till
dude,
now.
I don't wear underwear. Is a waste of time. It's
Really?
a waste of time.
Waste of
what
time.
do we wear for?
Waste of cotton.
Yeah,
waste
it's
of
just
money.
a waste.
What do you mean? It's the barrier. Like you
Of
can't.
what? What are you dripping out of your dick,
Dude, there could be anything coming out of fucking both ends at any second. I can't trust nothing for nothing.
That
I
is
mean,
kind of true,
dude,
though.
dude.
What is underwear? But like with a pair of pants, like I'm
It's
a
a
big
protective
sweatpants
barrier.
guy.
Well, so with
But with
sweatpants,
these, you can't like with like jeans or like khakis like that. It's a little tougher to not wear underwear, I would think.
I don't know. I've grown to be. I haven't worn underwear since I was like 12. So
So you went your whole adult life without it.
yeah, most of my life, yeah. But when I wore it, I hated it. I was like, this sucks. They always like ride up and it bunches up. I hate that.
Underwear
shit.
definitely sucks. I deem it necessary.
I don't know. I find it unnecessary.
I have
To
a
the
few
full-
friends. You're not alone in this world. I have a few friends who actually are not.
They're
on the
commando
road.
every
They're
day.
Commando every day. Sergeant Commandos.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, if you really think about what your underwear is doing, it's doing nothing for you.
Maybe to the average human, but America, I'll tell you what right now. I think I might not be able to pull that off.
I don't know though. Like I
Do you
agree
poop?
with.
Do you poop yourself? Or you
No, that's funny though because he does.
I'm prone
More than the average man.
I'm prone to a short. You know what I mean? I'm not.
prone to it.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm
so,
immune.
So
I'm
what
not
do you
immune.
do with the underwear?
The underwear catches it.
I know, but what do you do with it? Do you wash it or do you throw it
Oh,
out?
it gets tossed.
Oh,
I
okay.
Hulk Hogan it off my fucking thighs if it's real bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I feel like.
yeah.
I mean, I've definitely sharded in my pants.
oh yeah.
And then I've already. It's a commitment. I have to get rid of them.
Have you ever taken a full shit in your pants?
No, I'm an adult. dude.
I've
I mean,
done
I
it.
did, but you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you stood there and you were like, "I'm gonna shit my pants."
Not on purpose, but it was. I was in a pinch. And I
A
was
few
trying to get
episodes
those
ago, we
forward.
actually had
Yeah.
like told stories about this, and yes,
Oh,
he-
okay.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
I'll-
long
I'll
story
listen
short.
back.
No, long story short, I lost a bunch of weight. And, like my brother had a graduation party, and I was just slamming cake and soda and pizza and like all this shit. And like I went out, and I was drinking a Four Loko, and I was like, something ain't right. And I started to walk home to go shit, and the next thing I know, I was like, my knees buckled, and I just fucking like the sensation went like head to toe, and a full shit erupted, and it was all over.
Damn.
me. Yeah.
Well, hey man, good for you. Oh well, you want to hear a funny story? So my
Yeah.
grandpa used to be my.
That's what we're here for.
He used to be my roommate.
Fire.
I had a house, and he lived. My grandfather lived with me because he's fucking insane, and he got kicked out of his house, so he had to live with me. And so one day, I lived with my girlfriend at the time and my grandfather, and I made him breakfast, and I made eggs and mushrooms and avocado, right? So he eats it, and then he used to go to the senior center every day. And when it was like one, so he would leave at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I had the day off. So me and my girlfriend are driving around, and I come to a stop sign, and my dad is at the other stop sign, and it's like wintertime, and he's got all his windows down, and my grandpa's in the front seat. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I like look at him, and he's like, my dad's like this. So I follow him to my house, and I pull up next to him at the house. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, he shit himself. He's got shit all over him. So my grandpa gets out of the car, right? And
How old was he?
Well, now at the time he was probably like 87 or 88. He's 91 now. So he gets out of the car and he's walking to the house, and I'm walking behind him, and he's got like shit all down his pants. But something falls out of the bottom of his pants, and I thought it was a turd. And it was right when he walked into my house, so I was going to get a paper towel to clean up the turd. And when I went and picked it up, it was a mushroom. So he shit out a whole mushroom. He ate it that morning, and it went through his body, and then he shit out the mushroom.
I think you set him up for failure. You
Wait,
gave him
hold on.
avocado, egg, and mushroom for breakfast, dude.
That's a stacked breakfast.
His
if you
body
ask
has
me.
probably not felt that much nutrients at the same time.
It literally
No, wait, so-
it went from his throat through his colon, not broken down a
Yeah,
bit.
it didn't. Wait, so we took him to the hospital, and they were like, no, he seems to check out. Everything's all right. And he was like, okay, well, I have to go to the bathroom before we leave. And he took a shit in the bathroom at the hospital, and the doctor smelled it and was like, this guy cannot leave. They were like, he's got whatever he had. I forget what it was called. But basically, you couldn't enter his room unless you had like a whole hazmat suit on.
No fucking
Yeah, so
way.
I was living with him for 2 years, touching the fucking door handles, and his shit was lethal. It was killer, and so
He had killer shit.
yeah, dude.
And he's still alive.
He's still alive now. He lives in a nursing home because the whole shitting situation. But
Going
he's
strong.
and he got COVID twice or 3 times and beat it all every time.
Wow.
Yeah, the
Last
guy's-
of the Mohicans. If people
Dude,
don't like that,
he's
I'll tell you
never
that.
gonna die. He can't die.
Wow.
We always say people who have like the worst diets, especially older people,
Oh, yeah,
they
dude.
live forever.
I gave him his first avocado he's ever had, and he
And
was
he shit it out
80s.
fully.
And yeah.
Grandpa
Scotty.
Grimm, killing it.
Like people who just wake up and start ripping soda, they lived in 90 at least.
Yeah, that's what he used to do. He was fucking crazy. He
Yeah,
used
wake
to
up
eat,
with a Coke.
he used to eat sloppy Joe out of a can. Like he would get the can sloppy Joe and just eat it.
That's
like,
how you
didn't
know.
even microwave it or anything. He just fucking ate that shit right out of the can.
Lives forever.
69-cent can of fucking sloppy Joe stew. Good for him.
Good for him is right. That's fucking gross though.
Yeah.
You can really eat for so cheap if you find something like that you just like.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah, for sure. He didn't care. I mean, he lived through the Depression, so he was cool with like bologna and
Mm-hmm.
liver and onions. He didn't give a shit.
How old is he now?
He's 91. Oh, he's about to be 91 in like next month. He lives at the nursing home right up the street. I go and see him all the time. He calls me. He goes, Craig, I need to ask you a favor. I'm like, what? He's like,
What?
I need 50 cents for the bus. Can you take me to the bank? I'm like, here's a $5 bill, dude. Just take the $5
Can you take
bill.
me to the
Fucking
bank
crazy.
for 50 cents?
Yeah. I'm like, what year do you think it is?
I want you to take him to the bank and just stand behind him and film him as
Yeah,
you ask
right?
the lady for 50
Yo,
cents.
but that is so. He's 91. It's 2022. So 50 years ago, it was 1972, and he was already 40 at that point.
What
Yeah,
year?
pretty much.
He was born in 31, I think.
Yeah, so he
So
was
he probably
41
did go to
in
the bank for
72.
like fucking to get 50 cents
Yeah,
out
at
of
some
something.
point in his life, he probably
Wow.
did.
Oh, yeah.
wild.
I mean, he used to go to the fucking movies for like a nickel, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How quickly it fucking changes.
Have you seen a new Batman movie?
No, but everyone's been talking about it. Is it good? Have you seen
haven't
it?
seen
Fuck
it.
AMC theater. I'm sorry.
Don't spoilers. No spoilers.
Fuck Regal theaters. I love AMC theaters. So I accidentally bought tickets at Regal, and I pulled up to I bought tickets to a Regal in Manayunk. Pulled up to a AMC in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Don't ask me how.
I've been there.
Just did some. I really, I was like, I thought that's where I bought my movie tickets. Come to the desk to find out that's not where I bought my movie tickets at. So I went to Regal, could not get a refund, so I emailed their customer service. I'm like, oh, it has to be refunded 60 minutes in advance. I wasn't there. I paid for tickets and I was not there. Can I just have the money back? You gain nothing.
Honestly, man, it sounds like you fucked up. And you
I
have to
did
deal
fuck
with
up, but like as a customer service, you can't just give me
it's
that
like,
money back.
I wish we lived in a world where they would give you your money back, but I don't blame them for not.
Fuck
You know what I used
AMC
to do?
theaters all day. Go to AMC for all your movie needs. Way
it.
better.
If you want to get over on companies, cereal companies. I used to call any morning I was bored. I used to call cereal companies like Frosted Mini Wheats. I would call and they'd be like, "What's your problem?" And I'd be like, "I got a bottle of Frosted Mini Wheats and there's no frosting." And they would be like, "Really?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, there's not one Frosted Mini Wheat in here. They're just Mini Wheats." And they're like, "What's the lot number on the box?" And I would read the lot number and they'd be like, "Oh, that's so weird. It says that like it checked out." And I'm like, I'm here with it right now, and
Somebody
I can tell you
fucked up.
right now that they don't have frosting.
You're
and
eating it on the
dude, they
phone?
send you, they send you coupons for free boxes.
Really?
Oh, dude, it's the best.
The
So,
craziest thing.
That's a
dude,
great scheme.
The craziest story like that, you're gonna be mind blown. And honestly, it was such a scheme that I can't believe I'm saying this on camera right now. And I don't even know if you participated in this, but back when I was in high school, the easiest way to get over was emailing Chipotle. Make a fake email and email Chipotle and say the craziest fucking story you could think of. And as many people as you said you were with, no matter what, as long as your story was crazy enough, they would send you free meals. I'm talking, I have seen, witnessed, and probably done myself, someone email Chipotle and say, I came into Chipotle with my wife and 2 kids. My kid was wearing an Eagles jersey. The Chipotle employee was a Cowboys fan and made fun of him for wearing the Eagles jersey, and he felt really sad the whole time. And fucking Chipotle will send you a gift card for 4 meals, 4 chips and guac,
This is
and
real.
4 sodas.
Well, I mean,
for
that
free.
kid had a bad experience. Yeah.
You got to make up for that.
Yeah. If you're going out to eat and you have a bad experience,
And you know what?
you have to Yelp about it or get a free meal.
I
That's
guess.
the world that we live in.
I
That's
guess 4 free burritos is enough. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
take it,
I mean,
but I mean, hey,
a family
dude.
vacation would be nice, but I guess a burrito.
He was still upset for what it's worth, you know. But yeah, that's crazy that you can actually get over on companies that way. What I'm gonna do, I think, is just buy forever. Now, this I'm talking for the rest of my life until I die. Just buy tickets to Regal theaters, and then right before I can just always refund it. So like as they're going out of business,
Yeah, but
right?
you
I'm
get
the
in
last person getting that seat, and I'm just taking it back like before. Fuck you.
Damn, that's
Oh,
actually,
you don't.
yeah, like you're
Yeah, you'll actually never get this money. I'm gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
But you're actually never gonna get it.
You're getting back on them.
and you're gonna lose those seats.
Yeah, and you're gonna lose those seats. Yeah, cock block the
You
seats.
know what? While we're trashing companies, let me take a second to trash somebody for something they really did recently. Tropicana Hotel in Atlantic City.
You got a lot of beef
You
going on.
fucking grimy fucks. I slept in that bed.
You should have brought the voice
Room
out with it.
50. I slept in that bed. Room 1510. I slept in that
Hate
bed.
that room.
I woke up.
Hate that room.
No, but for real, I woke up to find that there was fucking blood on the sheet.
Oh, dude, you should have seen the hotel we stayed at in Detroit.
So
Really?
Lives were lost here.
Really?
It was a dump.
How
Holy
much blood
fuck.
was you talking on the sheet?
So there was definitely like a big blot of blood, and then there was like 2 other little smears.
Like
and I was
hand smears?
yeah, like a
Yeah, like
fingers.
it looked like, and I was like, yo,
Halloween
what
decoration.
the fuck is this? I can't believe I slept on this. So I take a bunch of pictures. We go down to the front desk. I tell them about it, and the best the dude can offer me, he comes back. I'm like, can I just speak to the manager? Because like I need something for this. And he goes back, talks to the manager, doesn't even bring the manager, and just says, all right, we're going to give you guys like a $40 coupon for breakfast so you can like go eat breakfast anywhere you want. And I looked at him and was like, huh? Like that's all? That's all? And he was like, yeah, like that's the best
What
we
did
can
you
do.
want?
And then I wanted a fucking free stay. I
Why?
wanted-
What if you found more blood?
Yeah.
What if
for
it was
real.
your blood?
It was definitely not my blood.
just
Bro.
saying.
I wouldn't know if I was bleeding.
I'm just saying.
But anyway, the grimiest part about it is not only did they offer me that shitty package, they fucking charged me the $40 that they gave me for breakfast. I went and spent $40 on breakfast and charged it to the room. That's what they told me to do. They said it would come off because it's on the room now that
So you
we have a
didn't, but you didn't
$40
ask the manager
credit.
for that?
It didn't get charged to me until after I'd left Atlantic City and been home.
Well, I mean, Atlantic City's kind of struggling, dude.
Yeah.
They need your money.
So
Fuck Tropicana. We're gonna get some viewers on this because my man Craig's got a huge following. So for everybody watching, fuck the Tropicana. You're better off staying at the fucking Showboat.
local podcast.
That's
says-
actually true. The
No
Showboat's
Limit
pretty
Eddie
good.
was found dead in his Atlantic City hotel room.
I tattooed this guy. He's like an EMT, and he worked in Kensington. And we always, like, every time he comes in, we ask for his craziest story. And he said
He's on
that
the front lines.
Yeah, he said that they have this prostitute that she basically has to get picked up by the EMTs once a month or every once in a while to get. So she has a colostomy
I
bag,
knew you were gonna say that.
and instead of people fucking her in her natural holes, they fuck her in the colostomy bag hole, and they fill that up with semen, and then she has to get it removed by the EMTs.
To cum?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. How is that even fucking real life?
That's actually one of the nastiest things I ever heard, probably.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, right?
Like,
There's
that is insanity.
Just think, like, there's always crazy shit going on in this world. We're all just living normal.
Dude, I think
you find a little bit of blood on your mattress. This lady,
a little bit of cum in her colon bag.
I really do think sometimes I do some fucked up things.
And then you hear other stories.
But then I hear people are fucking this prostitute and
Yeah, think about the guys.
stomach asshole.
think about some guy is like, this is sick. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It is fucking sick, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Next week's guest on the Nova podcast is going to be the prostitute.
That would be sick if we could find her.
She might be dead.
I don't want her near me at all.
He also told us another story about there's like a hotel on like right on the edge of Northeast Philly. I think it's called like the Lincoln Hotel or Motel or something. And he said that this dude called and was like, "Oh, this woman's dead in my room." So basically it was this guy and a prostitute, and they did heroin. And then after they did it, he was fucking her face, and she overdosed and died while he was doing it, and he didn't know. And he fucked her like dead face.
Did he get charged for that?
No. So when he showed up, he said the dude was still naked, like he was all fucked up, and he was like working on the woman who was dead, but he was like trying to see what was going on. And he said the guy was like standing over top of him, like, "Is she all right?" And he was like hanging down, and the dude was like, "Come on, like, dude, put some clothes on." I was like, "How was his unit?" And he was like, he said he had a hammer on him.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, damn, this guy.
Had
he's
Dave
wasting
Navarro
it.
piece.
Yeah,
He's wasting it.
And I was like, man, maybe he killed her with it. And he's saying that she overdosed. And he was like, no, she actually did overdose because they like checked her body and stuff. But that's a pretty wild story.
Dude, I think
fishy.
as far as stories go, this has been the best story podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
we've
You
had.
can't.
There's
Craig
been
came with
so-
the heat.
There's been so many heaters told on here. But before we wrap it up, though, is there anything you want to say just about Grimm in general? Any little advertisement? Any free plugs you want to give?
No, I just want to say that, everybody these days is just, everybody's turning into a bitch, And I just want people to not be so soft. Like, let's go back to making fun of each other. What's wrong with making fun of people?
Yo, I don't know.
I don't
know.
If you don't do it in a mean way, can't we all just do it and have a good time and live life and stop being such a fucking bitch?
The whole thing is if like look at this guy, right? You think he's really being malicious? What a joke.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm just trying to get some people to smirk.
Just like get a chuckle.
I'm not being mean.
Fuck.
I'm just tired of everybody being so fucking soft.
Yeah.
So, if
Preach.
everybody can just be easier going.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
That's it.
From
That's all I
Craig
got.
Grim Guardian himself.
Love it.
Stop being a bitch.
Yeah,
I've been
seriously.
It's just time to end it. It's
Stop being a
2022. If you're still being a bitch, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck home.
It's over with.
America doesn't love
it
you.
for the No Limit Podcast. What are we episode this week?
69?
Being a bitch
69?
is over with. The No Limit Podcast episode. Dude, is it 68 or 69?
I think it'll be 68.
68 and a half. Next week, we'll see you. Peace.
Love yous.
Ink Master.